Heidi ho, Reject Nation. I'm Greg Alba.
I'm John Humphrey.
We're gonna watch a video game trailer, some Peggy 18 shit. This came out August of 2018. It's called The Sinking City Death May Die Cinematic Trailer PS4 Edition.
Ooh. Sorry, I read the description. I don't know anything about this.
One of our top reward tiers at our Patreon page is whatever video you request we must do and put up on YouTube's, whether that is a review, podcast, or a reaction. This one's a reaction. Comes from our good friend Lohit Banerjee. I'm making an extra effort to make sure I say your name correctly, buddy. He had a little description of it because a lot of times if I haven't played the game or heard of it, and this game doesn't come out till June of later this year, he said this is another game which has been scheduled to release this year, but let's see when it actually comes out. Game is always getting delayed. The thing about this game is it falls under the horror mystery genre, which kind of falls closer to Resident Evil and many other similar games. It's a pretty common theme in the gaming world, but I personally want to see this style. Okay, he's all about style. He has his own channel. You should go check it out. And television more often, too. It's one of my favorite genre in any form of content and something I would like to make myself in the future. In recent memory, only Stranger Things is a show which kind of follows this genre close. If you can think of something else, do let me know. I will.
And I won't, but I'll think of some and keep them to myself. Because I'm selfish.
Peggy 18.
Love that guy's voice. Definitely some H.P. Lovecraft vibe.
Damn.
Cool.
I heard this game is after effects of a flood, and I believe he's a private investigator.
Interesting.
The Tommy gun. Ew.
Webbed fingers.
It's like amphibian-like.
Graphics are beautiful. Wow.
Whoa! Ah, I see why I said Stranger Things, like the upside down. Oh, damn.
Is that Cthulhu? Devil Reef.
This guy's having a terrible day.
Devil May Reef. Oh, this is wonderful. Oh, MC Escher.
Spider.
Cthulhu.
Love the gun he has.
I love all this tentacula.
No.
Is that him again? Loop.
It's purgatory. He's living in purgatory, guys.
He has angered the elder gods. Whoa! Interesting.
Kind of get some Bioshock vibes.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is gonna be the kind of game where you, like, go through the same environment in loops, but every time it's a little different or something, like, or
That's
if
the
that's
whole
just a
game.
cool
This
motif.
is one level this whole time.
Yeah, but it is a little different every time.
It never shifts, it never changes. I wonder what time period this takes place in, because the aesthetic of his clothing, even the places he's walking through, I think this is like in New England, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
You know, like the clothes and the kind of gun he has too feels from an older time period.
Yeah,
and I like
feels
that when
30s,
you do like
40s Art Deco.
yeah, when you do some like horror sci-fi thing with a different kind of decor
Yeah,
to go along with it.
Well, that fits with all these H.P. Lovecraft vibes because
Yes.
like there's definitely that all over this,
Yes.
and I feel like this is cool for a video game, especially because I know there have been some like film adaptations of his work, or at least that are heavily inspired by his work, but it also is hard work to translate. So I feel like a video game is a place where you might be able to explore those themes in a visually interactive place in a kind of satisfying way.
My one nitpick criticism is I wish they would start making main male protagonists look a little different.
Yeah, it's
they
like
always have this like Last of Us Uncharted.
a little bit rugged, a little bit handsome,
like good haircut.
Yeah. Little stubble.
But there's stubble, you know. He looks like skinnier and a little
Yeah,
bit
he does.
longer features, like a more pointed nose and stuff
higher
like that.
cheekbones.
They all look like the related white guys, at least. Yeah, they're all that same spectrum. It's not my one little nitpick of a criticism.
Head's a little less square, but
It's
yeah.
like make him just a different ethnicity or something, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
I want to see a fat guy survive this kind of apocalyptic world. But yeah, the designs in here look great, and this does feels like hauntingly confusing. Very
Yeah.
H.P. Lovecrafty.
Yeah.
Feels like poetic too.
Yeah, poetic, and like there's a hint of madness underneath it all.
I'm drawn to shots like that, like the kind of octopus tentacle-like creature
Yeah.
climbing up towards him as he's trying to swim to the surface.
Yeah.
That was an unexpected effect, because I heard this had to deal with some type of flood, and he's kind of investigating the flood, and then I see this imagery, and I'm like, this is not all what I anticipated for it.
Yeah.
But that idea of like when the flood, the water is all above in the sky, then it comes crashing down. And it does look like he's in some kind of weird loop. It does a good job at building the mystery here of what is going on exactly. And while I get vibes of like some other video games here or there, it seems like it really is doing its own thing as well.
Yeah, totally. And I get what Lohit is saying here, because this is an aesthetic that I very much enjoy as well. And I do think that like there are movies and shows that go shades of here, but yeah, it's not what you see all the time, because it does look very surreal. It does look very quiet in its own way, but also very unsettling and science fiction-y while it's being a period piece and all that stuff.
I hear it's like an open investigation kind of world where you're doing like detective mystery stuff, and a lot of that will determine the way
outcome of the game.
Yeah, which sounds really cool to me. It's just when you're dealing with something that has a world like this, I wonder how difficult it might be to play through this game. You know what I mean?
Time.
Like the adventure of this feels like it could be a little complicated on how to properly get down.
Yeah, and then I wonder what the gameplay mechanics themselves are going to be like, because I could see this potentially becoming sort of like a Silent Hill thing, where a lot of what you're doing is going around, you're investigating, you're solving puzzles, or you know, arranging things, and then occasionally you'll be attacked by some kind of nightmare creature or something, which is also a video game, Nightmare Creatures from way back in the day. And H.P. Lovecraft style monsters, like, you know, I mean, I don't know if Cthulhu itself is going to appear beyond that little token, but you know, all those tentacle creatures definitely
like
evoke
the mist
that.
or something.
Yeah, that's definitely got those vibes in it too, and yeah, like the spider creatures and stuff.
Yeah, it seems to be pulling from a lot. You know, you got some Inception vibes in its visual aesthetic, especially with things being all upside down.
Yeah.
You said Stranger Things low hit, and no, totally, that's very much in here too. It's kind of funny to me with this kind of world where I'm not sure what's actually physically tangible here. And he has a Tommy gun, and he's shooting a creature, and I'm like, is he actually like harming this creature with bullets? You know what I mean? Or is this just some spiritual thing we're watching? Because it takes him away, he sees this version of himself, then he gets thrown back into the loop. And also a little bit of like, I haven't played the game yet. Death Stranding. I get some Death Stranding vibes here too.
It definitely has that sort of what is happening surreal body-ish, especially when he's got the gill eyes or whatever. There's like a body horror-y element there too.
It's Waterworld.
It's definitely
We're watching the prequel, The Waterworld. This is Kevin Costner character.
Yeah, before
He's
he grows his hair out.
Yeah, he's a fish man right here. Yeah.
Which, I mean, speaking of fish and all various things, I mean, the anime, good graphics are all over the place now, but I was very much caught up in just how beautiful, like, the bricks and the water and all that stuff looked in this. And even his facial features, like, it really looks very photoreal.
And the mood of it, too. I love the haunting, melancholic kind of tone poem. That phrase I'm hearing all the time now, tossed everywhere. Yeah,
a video game tone poem would be fascinating.
I think that's what we're kind of in store for here, actually. Yeah. Well, this looks really cool. Thanks, Low Hit. Guys, you should go check out his channel. It's called Another View, and we did a reaction to his short film, Retreat, which was a great horror short film. Yeah. This guy and I talk an awful lot back and forth. He's in Canada, and I'll tell you what, guys, he's going to be someone who's going to be a very successful filmmaker one day. But, dude, if you want to make it big in film, you got to leave your country, and you got to move from Canada to Ohio. That's where it's all happening, man. That's where the main filmmaking action is at. There or Utah. You go to one of those two states, dude, and I'm telling you, you're going to be set for life. That's where we make the connects. That's where you get all the people who are passionate and driven and want to make films. So move there, Utah, Missouri.
Oh, yeah, Montana.
Both
of the Dakotas.
South and North Dakota. Yeah. Great. I would avoid places like California. I would avoid New York City.
Yeah. Chicago, don't go there.
Maybe Connecticut, though. That would be a good one to go to as well.
Or the Dominican Republic, outlying territories.
A lot of people forget the Dominican Republic is actually in America.
Georgia's in Florida.
I thought it was in Dominica.
You know, you learn a little bit new every single day.
Well, that's what you're here for, guys.
And that's where the film industries are.
So you guys can subscribe to the Reject Nation, click that notification bell, and tell us, what do you think of this trailer?